Two scenarios. Would you rather wake up feeling so excited to start your day and so lucky that you have a job you love so much that you just can't wait to get to work? Or dreading yet another horrible day at a horrible job that you just can't stand, that sucks all of the passion and life out of you? In this video, I'm going to explain why it's important to work a job you love, as well as how to find a job you love. Stick around. If this is your first time here, be sure to subscribe to this channel where we choose growth, gratitude, and joy for a carefree lifestyle. And nothing says carefree like working a job you absolutely love and have a really strong passion for. To start things off, there's a quote I want to share that really inspired me at a time where I really desperately needed to make a change in my professional life. It goes like this: your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know when you find it. This is one of my favorite quotes from Steve Jobs, and I just love the way he talks about work as if it's some great love that he has in his life. I think that's really, really inspiring for us to not stop pursuing work until we find something we truly are passionate and truly do love. And he talks about the only way to be truly satisfied is to truly love what you do and to believe that what you are doing is great work. And you're going to spend an insane percentage of your life working, so you might as well really love what you do so that you are quite literally not wasting your life doing something that you hate. Now, the first thing I should mention is that I don't really believe there are good jobs and bad jobs. Instead, it's the way you think about your job that matters. And we can pull that right out of Steve Jobs' quote when he says, "The only way to be satisfied is to do what you believe is great work." This suggests that the work you do and the feelings you have towards it, it's really just a function of your mindset and the way you perceive your job. You might think that being a big-time prestigious lawyer is a great job, but somebody else would say that it's not. You could scrub toilets and absolutely hate it, or love it and find great meaning and purpose in your work. It's all in how you view your job, and it is absolutely a mindset choice. And hey, I love a good toilet scrub. It's very therapeutic. Now, the way you see your job depends on a few things. Let's talk about two of them. The first is that it depends on what your passions and your strengths are. If you can find work that incorporates your passions and your strengths, the odds are you're going to love your job. My strengths are in art and design, but also in technology and math. So the intersection of all those passions and strengths makes up my current job, which is why I love it so much. But on top of that, my job allows me to work from home with flexible hours that allows me to balance my family life and my work life. And my family, first and foremost, is my true passion in my life. So I have this sort of perfect intersection of passions, strengths, and interests that makes my job a job that I absolutely love. I wake up in the morning just itching to create. I voluntarily take on challenging projects because I'm just so excited about the new skills I can learn to enhance my skill set. I have this growth mindset approach to the challenges I face at my job because I see the growth opportunities in the challenges. If I were working a job I didn't love, I would probably shy away from those challenges a lot more. Does that ever have days where I don't love my job? Heck no. But on those days, I feel those feelings and then I move on and I remember to choose gratitude for all the amazing things I get to do at my job, not the things that I have to do at my job. Because I love my job so much, that approach just comes naturally to me. So think about your strengths and your passions. How many of those are you using in your current job? Are there other jobs out there that would allow you to use these more? I've talked a lot on the blog and on this channel about how I quit teaching. I love teaching and I am super passionate about teaching, but I couldn't stand what the job was doing to me and what it was turning into. My strengths and passions weren't enough to carry me forward in the profession anymore. So I had to find a new way to use those strengths and passions, which brought me to my current job, which allows me to use those passions in new and exciting ways every day. If you want to learn more about how I found the courage to finally quit my job, check out the link to the blog in the description below. Now, the second thing that is going to influence how you feel about your job and whether or not you truly love your work has to do with external factors. The things we just discussed came from within. It was about how you choose to see your job, and it was about how you use your strengths and your passions in your work. I'm going to talk now about how there's some things at your job that you just can't control, and those can ultimately impact the way that you perceive your work. What is the environment at your job like? Is it full of really negative, toxic people that just complain about everything all the time? Those sorts of workplaces tend to be very draining. No matter how many strengths and passions you are using in your job, eventually you're going to burn out from all the sheer negativity. Do you have good relationships with your coworkers? If you're feeling isolated at work and disconnected, like you don't really fit in, that's going to impact how you feel about your job. Now, that's something you can kind of control to some extent. You can always make more of an effort to connect with your coworkers. But if you're the odd duck out that is just super happy and positive all the time, you're probably going to find it harder to connect with that sort of crowd. I'm a firm believer that we need growth and skill building opportunities to stay engaged, interested, and passionate about our work. If you aren't being offered any of these or you don't have access to them at your job, this will make you feel stuck in your work and will probably negatively impact your morale. This is something you can take control over to some extent. You can always seek out growth opportunities, even if they aren't being offered by your employer. You can always use the internet to look up new ways to apply your skills and just get creative about using your passions and strengths in your work. So if you aren't loving the work that you're doing, just remember this Steve Jobs quote. Your life is going to go by very fast. Spending so much of it doing good and meaningful work that fills you up and gives you a sense of joy and purpose and meaning is going to make you feel more satisfied and just happier overall. That's going to impact not only you, but your relationships with your family and your friends and just your overall well-being. Most importantly from that quote is that if you haven't found it, don't give up, keep looking. Don't settle. Don't get stuck in a job that you can't stand, much like you wouldn't settle and get stuck in a bad relationship. The way Steve Jobs talks about his work as if it is a great love of his or a great relationship is really inspiring. And I think that's something we should look for in our work, not to the point where we become so attached to our jobs, but rather just allowing our passions and strengths to drive us to pursue great work. If you're feeling stuck in your job, it might be time to make a change. I can't just straight up tell you to quit your job. That's a personal decision that you have to make. But if you're looking for a story to give you strength and encouragement in this time, you can check out my story by clicking on the video on your screen, or you can click the link in the description below to read more about it on the blog. Hey, thanks for watching, and remember to choose growth, gratitude, joy, and good vibes. And if you like this video, why not subscribe?